Good morning, my friends. Welcome to INKside the Craft Room today. Today is Monday, and I really appreciate you joining me. My name is Tina Kavergich, and don't worry if you can't remember that, you can always reach me at northernstamper@gmail.com. If you have any questions, I really appreciate you joining me. I know I'm a little late today, and I am sorry about not getting the dimensions of what you need cut set up yet. I was a little under the weather lately, and if you, not only that, I had an event this weekend. Comment below if you know what my event was. I'm really curious if you know what it is. So thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I will be going over what the dimensions are for the card we're going to be making today. But I wanted to first talk about the DSP that we're going to be using, and it is called Delicate Dreams DSP. I love this. This is absolutely stunning paper. I got to tell you, I I just love it. It's got this kind of copper highlights. I don't know if you can see them. There they go. Right there. It is, they are fantastic. The back sides are wonderful. The fronts are absolutely fantastic. Like, look at that copper. Oh, it is just stunning. I've only got a few pieces left, so I can only show you what I have. So there are some things about Delicate Dreams that I want to tell you about. Sadly, it is currently on back order, but you know what? For today's card, this is a great opportunity for you to go through your stash to see what you have. I also will be giving you the dimensions of the cards and the items that we're making. So that the DSP is on back order until April the 27th. I know that seems like a long time away. Sadly, I guess they have some delays on their shipping and stuff like that. But Delicate Dreams DSP on April the 27th. You're going to want to grab this. It is absolutely stunning. Like, look at these. Oh my goodness. They are beautiful. So what I'm going to do in a minute is I'm going to go through the dimensions of what you need to cut for this card. So I'm just going to put this off to the side. But I wanted to show you I'm also going to be using today. Now, this is Notes of Spring. This is a special purchase of the month, and it is $5. Now, I've been using this. I made some cards with this. Oh my goodness. It is absolutely so much fun to use. You can do a single stamp, just the image itself. Look at that. Or you can use the shadow stamp on top and then, kind of line it up and stamp on top. I really love this stamp, especially like these two pieces of grass are really nice. And personally, I don't have enough stamps that have ducks in them. So there's my goose, there's a bunny, and there's a fawn. This is a really nice stamp set. And surprisingly, um, for $5, I'm really attached to this one. I really like it. I'm really glad I picked it up. So I'm going to be using this for some of the sentiments that are in here that I'm going to be using for today's card. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know about that. Also, did you notice that there are two new kits, or there's a few new kits available? And this is one's called Radiant Reminder Kit, and it is this is a non-stamping kit. So what it is, everything is included. So there's no stamping in this. So I'm just going to quickly open this up. I'm going to be making card alternatives with this. And I wanted to show you kind of quickly what's inside. And we are going to be using these for card alternatives. Oh my goodness, look at that. There's some vellum. Oh, that's really pretty. Oh my goodness, look at that. So that's a moth. There's three moths and a fern. Oh, that looks really nice. I haven't seen these yet. And there's some ephemera packs, items that comes with this. Oh, I'm getting ideas for card alternatives already. Oops, this one fell out. Hold on. There is some more ephemera packs. Oh, these are going to be fantastic. Oh my goodness, look at the size of these leaves. Great ideas for card alternatives, or you could just make the cards as they come. Oh, this is gorgeous. Wow, this is actually gorgeous. Oh my goodness, this is really nice. Wow, I'm really glad I got this. So we are making some card alternatives in-house. Um, if you would like to join me, let me know, northernstamper@gmail.com. Oh, those are really nice. Oh, wow. Let's get those all back together. So that was called, oh, let's see, Radiant Reminders. Oh, that is a nice set. I am looking forward to making cards with that. And I just wanted to show you quickly the next kit that is available. Comes with a little block, soft seafoam, a stamp set, and what is this one? Let's take a look. This one came in a box. I didn't want to open it. Every little thing kit. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. So this looks like it's got some ephemeras in there and some things we can stamp. Oh, this is pretty too. So I bought a few of these and I'm quite excited. Secret C stamps, stamp and spot. So that's good to add to your collection. And it's got three stamps that go with this. Oh, this is, whoops. These are going to make great alternative cards too. Or, you know what? Because of the event that I had on the weekend, comment below if you know what it is. These would make great thank you cards. Oh my goodness, these are gorgeous. Okay, yeah, I'm surprised. Literally, I am looking at it as we speak right now. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me. Nice to see you, Alyssa. Judy, thank you for joining me. Oops. And Carol, as always, my good friend Sharon, thank you for coming. Okay, let's take a look at what we're going to be using for Delicate Dreams. Now, even though I said it's on back order, make sure that this is on your list. It is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Don't forget there are items on the last chance list. I believe they've updated that. Demonstrators get to see a peek at the new catalog coming out in April. And I'm going to be making my nice long list of things I am going to be purchasing. And I think one of them was that shimmery Winkastella pens. Oh my goodness, that are different colors. I'm very excited. Coloring is in my future. Okay, so let's get started. Give me a thumbs up if you are ready for the dimensions, and I will go slowly so you can write it down, okay? So give me a thumbs up when you're ready. I'm keeping an eye on everything, so I want to make sure that everybody is with me. Okay, so these, um, I kind of designed this card and I wanted to try and use both sides of the designer series paper. So there's one side like with the gold copper on it, and on the back, like they've kind of got a little bit of a muted type of pattern on the back, and I thought it was really, really nice. Okay, we got some thumbs up coming. Okay, let's start off with the dimensions for the design. Oh, let's actually start this way. Okay, what you're going to need, this is going to be our card base, and it is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And technically, you can make it either landscape or portrait. It is totally up to you. I am making a, oh, are we out of focus? Whoa, sorry. Are we out of focus? I am making this a portrait card. So it's going to be tall up and down. Okay. So it's 5.5 tall by 4 1/4 wide. Let's just double check. Yes, it is. Okay. So this is our card base. You notice it doesn't have a flap on it and anything. So we're going to be building right on this card base. So 5.5 tall and 4 1/4 wide. See, and I'm using Mossy Meadow because inside the DSP, I tried to pick the darkest color as the card base. For me, I like using the darkest color in any DSP for a card base. Some people like to use the lighter one. Comment below. Do you like to use the darker colors or lighter colors to create your base? Everybody's different, but I like the darker. I could have gone with soft sea foam. No, soft sea foam. Secret C, my mistake. Secret C. So there's a dark color here, and it would have looked really nice too. But the mossy meadow I picked up from the leaves I thought would going to be really nice. Oh, good morning, Sarah. Thank you for joining in. So we have our card base, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4. Okay, everybody got that written down? Now the next piece that I want is the designer series paper. Now this has to be, now you have to make sure it has to be 8. I'm going to flip this over for you. Okay. Oh, we're having some problems here. There we go. It has to be 8 inches long. Okay, because I'm making a portrait. So 8 inches long. Okay. By 5, should be, it was, I said 5 1/4. I said 5.5. It should be 5 1/4. So let's make a little change there. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the card base. 5 1/4. So it should be 8 inches long. Okay, 8 inches long by 5 1/4 tall. 5 1/4 tall. Okay, and what you're going to do, you're either just going to fold it in half at, or just simply fold it in half like this, right? Fold it in half. Or if you want to score it, you're going to score it at 4 inches. It's either one, whatever you want. So these are the pieces that I had. Also, you have to make sure whatever you use, you need to have a little bit left over from like the original sheet to make a little bit extra of what we're doing on here. So, and I'm going to show you in a minute. So 8 inches long by 5 1/4 tall. There's different ones here. Like I could use any one of these. These are absolutely gorgeous. There's the inside of that. And all I'm going to do is just fold this in half. Okay. So if I fold it in half, and I lay it on top, you see there is now the nice dark edge all the way around, and we can open it up. Oh, look at that. Looks great. And actually what I'm going to do, so I don't lose anything, I'm going to glue this down. Okay. Now I'm not wrapping any ribbon around, so I don't need to worry. So I can glue it straight down. So I'm going to take this, going to flip it over. So I don't feel bad because there it is on the other side. Sometimes when I make cards and I use DSP and I'm gluing, I have a hard time gluing it on because the other side is always so pretty. So I'm going to put this on here, right? We've got that down. And actually, you know what, to hold it down a little bit for a minute, I'm just going to place this on top. This is my block. I'm just going to stick it on top just for a little bit to hold the glue down. Okay, so I have this. I'm going to leave that with that, and I'm going to do a couple of, show you the other dimensions for the next pieces. So what you want next is some cardstock, and there is, again, I'm using the dark cardstock, 4 3/4 wide. There we go. 4 3/4 wide tall, because I'm going this way, by 3.5 wide. So it's 4 3/4 tall by 3.5 wide. So this way. Okay. Now, like I said, I'm using the darker Mossy Meadow because it also coordinates with the card base itself. Now, I'm looking in here and there is another color. That's good. Let me find you another one. And it is, to me, it looks like crumb cake. If you want to check, you can always look on the label that comes with the designer series paper. They always list all the colors. I like that. So, but this is 4 3/4 tall by 3.5 wide. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of cardstock. So that's this piece. And then you're going to take another piece and just cut it down a little bit smaller. Now, if you're used to card making, you just take it down by 1/4. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it on top. Again, look, there's an edge all the way around. It should be 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. So just taken down a little bit. Oh, hey. Uh-oh. That's okay. The idea is you just take it down a little bit. So it looks like I just cut off a little bit too much of this brown. I'll just kind of place it in the middle from the top and the bottom. No big deal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is actually glue these two pieces together. Okay. I had a lot of pieces. I guess I got sidetracked. And I'm just going to put it in the middle. And really, as long as you have an edge all the way around, okay? So there we go. We got that glued down. I'm going to take this, move that, place my block on top carefully so it doesn't shift. So just straight up and down, I'm going to place it on there like that, just so that the card pieces, because I'm using the liquid glue, doesn't shift. Yes, Carol, thank you. 4 1/2. Thank you, Carol. Really appreciate that. Okay, so those are a couple of base pieces, and we're going to leave that for a second. I just want that to dry. And we got a few more pieces to work with, but let's finish doing with this piece here. I'm going to lift this up, and I'm going to place this on the inside of the card. So I'm going to take this. Let's take off this piece here. And I'm going to open this card up. Now I made this Mossy Meadow smaller because I wanted to show off the inside of the DSP, and it is smaller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm gluing it to the inside so where you can write your message. Take it, I'm going to place it on the inside. There we go, just on the inside. Right? So this way, when the person opens the card, they can see the DSP on the front, which is absolutely gorgeous, and on the back, which is just as pretty. And you can write your message on the inside. Okay, so we have that in there. It's not shifting, nice and square. I'm going to close this, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a piece of this front, and I'm going to take the bottom right corner, this one down here, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to fold it back right about here. Okay, I'm just folding it back. Now you can fold it back to whatever edge you want. You can bring it right over. You can do it a little bit, but I wanted a little bit of this peeking out, and I want a little bit of this back piece. So let's flatten that out a little bit more, just folding it back on itself. Okay. And let's add a little bit of glue, a drop of glue so that it will stay open like that. Okay. So this is kind of our base card now. So you got the inside. There's that little piece on the outside. You can see both sides. Love it. Love it. Okay. So what's going to happen now? We are going to build a certain piece in the front. Okay. So let's take a look. And let's see. Now you can make this whatever size you want. This is 3 1/2 by 2 1/2. Now, I think that's okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it. Oh, you know, that's, I think, a little bit too large for what I really want to do. Maybe I'm going to cut this down a little bit, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, I'm going to build it dry. So that means no glue. And then we can figure out if we need to make it smaller. Okay, so I have it like this. So I got the piece. Now this is, you really can't see any DSP on this side. I'm not happy about that, so I might cut it smaller. And I really like this, so maybe I'll make it smaller again. So there's this piece. Now this is my mat, and I need to find another piece of DSP that I had coordinating. This is sadly all I have left, and I don't want to use just this one. I guess I could and kind of patch it together. I could use this one, which would be good too. Kind of matches. Actually, this might work better. When this is already the right size. Okay. And I think I'm going to use this one. So this is about the right size that I want to use. So you can start with the mat. If you can leave it at that size, or just you can cut it down. And I'm going to take a piece of scrap DSP, and it's going to go on top. Just imagine that's the other half, right? So I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to bring it over a little bit. And I want to see a little bit more of this, so I'll cut a little bit more off here and this. Okay, so I have that. And then I'm going to take a piece of cardstock that is the height of this DSP. Okay, I'll show you. going to take a piece that's this height, which I would cut down, and that's where my sentiment would go on. But because of the sentiment that I'm using is going to be long and thin, and it's going to go along the bottom, I need this DSP to kind of, this cardstock to go the other way. So I'll grab another scrap and place it along the bottom. I just want a little bit, but I want you to see the DSP. So what I'm going to do, I'm definitely going with a smaller square. So the reason I did a larger square for you is so that you could cut down if you want to. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with this scrap piece here, let's measure it out. And what is this? My measurement for this one, for the DSP, is 1 3/4. So I know it is 1 3/4 wide. This DSP is 1 3/4 by, I don't know how long yet. So let's cut down this mat. So if I'm making this 1 3/4, I make the mat a little bit larger. So it's going to be 2 inches. Okay. I'm going to cut this down to 2 inches. Everybody has a little bit different on the sentiments or how they like it. So I'm going to take this down to 2 inches tall. Okay. I put it this way. Look, it will fit on. Perfect. Now I want to see how far can I go over. Goes over roughly about there. Let me see what that would be. So roughly about here, I'm going to make a little mark. And that is 2 3/4. So 2 3/4 by 2. So I'm just going to cut that out. Oh, and it moved. Okay, there we go. And now I can place it on here, and you can see a little bit of the, oops, we're crooked. You can see a little bit of the brown along the edge. There's my mat. Let's double check. So if that is 2 3/4, so that's the mat. I'm going to take this down to 1 3/4 by 2 1/2. So that's the DSP. 1 3/4 by 2 1/2. 2 1/2. Let's double check that. Oh, look, see, okay, see, now, there we go. It fits right on there. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. We have that like this. I'm going to glue these two pieces together so I don't lose them. Okay. And a little bit of glue on there. And on top, just like that. Again, so you can see the edge all the way around. Now, before I glue this down, I want a little piece of ribbon. And when you glue this down, be very careful because you don't want to add glue to the full back. Like if you add glue to this corner, you're going to glue it to here. So you just want the glue to land on this portion of the DSP. So let's move that. I'm going to grab a little piece of ribbon and just pop it on the back, just like this. I want it to oh, you're so slidey, and just slip on the back like that. So let's add a little bit of adhesive on the back to hold that piece of ribbon. And these are using dimensionals. Again, make sure you land where you don't want to glue the card to the inside. So just be aware of where you're placing your dimensionals. Okay. Just be careful. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just like that. Okay, so there's the line. I'm going to line it up. Make sure the glue's not on there. Just pop it on like that. So if I open it, oh no, there's a little bit of glue. So let's lift this guy up and move him over a little bit before he gets too stuck. There we go. No glue on the other side. Just be careful. No glue, no gold weave ribbon. I used it all for a bridal bouquet on Saturday. But don't worry, I still have another new spool left. Okay, so there's a little bit of that. Now, all that we have left is to get on our sentiment. Okay, and I'm going to be using crumb cake. You can place it on up and down if you like. You can place it on the bottom. You can place it over here. It's wherever you would like. Um, so what I'm going to do, let's look at Notes of Spring. They got some really nice one. This one is especially for you. A little note of thanks, which I now need to make a whole pile of thank you cards to give to my son so he can give to people. And let's see, how am I going to do this? Let's stamp one of each and see which one fits better. And I'm going to do it along this way. Okay, I'm going to show you in a minute at the end one going vertically up and down. So I'm going to show you another one. So let's get that. I'm going to place this off to the side. And let's get some, some cardstock. Where are you? Where are you? Do we have enough? Okay, there's the one. I'm just making sure it's larger than that spot because I want to make sure that I get it in there. Okay, I got two. All right. And I'm going to place those on a block and we are going to stamp them. Okay, there we go. We got one on there for that one. And thanks. Thank you. On another one. Like just like that. Okay, let's get our Memento Black, or if you want, I'm going to be using Memento Black because I think it's going to stand out really well. Or you can always use a dark ink on there. So let's use the Memento Black, okay? And I'm going to do one of each. Oh, just make sure that when it's on the block, that it is straight. There we go. Okay, I'm going to ink it up. And let's try and get it on here straight. There we go. There's that one. Woo! Oh, that's out of focus. Oh, you can't quite see. It is actually a very nice stamp. Oh, I just love this. Love this. Yeah, Kim, isn't it great? I love this stamp set. Kim just got hers. I I actually ended up making some cards for a tutorial. Me and a few other demonstrators, we make a product of the month tutorial, and you can grab that if you shop with me, or you can purchase it with me yourself. So a little note of thanks, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to the height for both of these of what the sentiment is. Oh, you know, what's great is sometimes I'm really surprised. The simplest stamps actually for me end up making the largest impact. And I find that the Notes of Spring, there's not a huge amounts of things in there, but it's actually a huge. I really like it. It's what I really like it. It's made a huge impact on me. Small stamp set made a huge impact. I'm always surprised when that happens. Okay. So I have these and I can place it on top, right? It's a little long, so we can cut those down if we want. So I got, whoops, sorry, it's out of focus. So there's one that says, especially for you. I could use that one. I could put it up here, kind of tuck it up here or somewhere else. And I could probably cut a flower. And there's this one, and I think I'm going to use a little note of thanks. That looks really nice. First thank you card for my son to use for his event that we had. There we go. And I think I'm just going to place that one on there. They're both really nice. They're both really nice. And you know what? Let's use some dimensionals. Why not? Why not? Ooh, those are the tiny little dimensionals. Okay. Put that on there. Okay. And I'm just going to pop it on. Yes, yes, I know it is a little longer. I'm just going to fussy cut it freehand out. So I'm going to line it up with the bottom of that DSP, have the sentiment in the middle. Guess I could have always used my trimmer ahead of time and just cut it to the exact thing, but there we go, one side and the other side, and voila. Now, I could always add some embellishments, but really, I think there's too much going on to add embellishments. I guess I could, but there we go. So this, I think that looks really nice. I like the folded, and look, they can see both sides. Just make sure you don't glue it closed. They can see both sides. Now, I did say I was going to show you my original, which has a larger, like, DSP area. So let's take a look. So hold on, we got this one, and there's the other one. This one has a larger area. So, and this one is the sentiment is going vertically for that. Okay, there we go. So there we got the two, and oh, I just love it. What a great idea. So those were the dimensions to make this card. So there we go. There, it's open. And on this one, I had an extra scrap. I thought I'd just stick it on the back on the inside, but I don't think it really needs it. I don't think it really needs it. You can add your sentiment. These are fantastic. And I love the designer series paper. I really do. I think it's fantastic. If you have any questions, please drop me an email at northernstamper@gmail.com. Don't forget, when you shop with me, you will be receiving the tutorial of the 12 cards that we are making with Notes of Spring. Those will come to you. If you have any questions, drop me an email. If you would like to purchase anything that you saw, let me know, or you can shop with Tina Kavergich, and I'd appreciate that. Those are great cards. I really like it. I really like this one. I like this, how it stands up with the dimensionals. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of today's card. Anyways, have a great day. Please stay safe and stay healthy, and we will see you next time.